Welcome to the Steve Stine Guitar Podcast, brought to you by guitar-zoom.com. If you want to improve your guitar playing, keep listening. If you want to improve even faster, go to guitar-zoom.com, where you'll find all of Steve's premium courses, masterclasses, and memberships that'll help you quickly and easily improve your playing. Now here's your host, Steve Stine.
Okay, in this lesson, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some different ways of getting more creative with the standard B.B. King box, which is really important to learn how to play. So let's just start off really quick by talking about what is a B.B. King box, right? So my example, my jam is in C, okay? And I'm doing this kind of AC/DC-ish sort of ride-on thing where I'm going from C to F. Okay, so that's the basic premise of this. So what I do is I start off with my C minor pentatonic. Okay, and what the B.B. King box actually exists in what we refer to as the second position, which if I was playing 8 and 11 in the first position of minor pentatonic, I would move up and I would then do 11 and 13 in the second position. So, and the B.B. King box isn't like the entire position. Usually it's just referred to as the top 2 or 3 strings. So we've got 11, 13, 11, 13. And then I'm also going to use this 12 right here. Now my root, if I was in C, my root is going to be up here on the 3rd finger in the second position. That note right there is C. Now, of course, it's called the B.B. King position or the B.B. box, because B.B. King would use it all the time for just a vast number of things. So usually, when you go there, traditionally, you've got wonderful bends. And he'd even do things like this, where he would use the middle note. Okay, this is our first little creativity here, where we would do things like this. And you hear that like in Stevie Ray Vaughan too. So you're bending the 13. Okay, and basically I'm bending this up a whole step. This one, just up that half step. Now, the thing about this B.B. King box is that you're not really concerned about licks per se. It's more about learning how to utilize the notes creatively. Okay, so when you play, think about things like, your dynamics, like playing, staccato like that. Okay, what I like to do is I'll go to this note and just do that little half step bluesy thing. So I'm playing it, and then I'm pushing it up, and then I'm stopping. Notice how I'm stopping. And then, so I can have, and I get a really bluesy sound by doing that as well. So there's lots of different things that you can explore here, and that's what I want you to really concentrate, is not just grabbing a lick and playing it, but really just trying to get some sounds out of this, and knowing that you can always target that C or that root anytime you want. And of course, you can move this into any key you want. You just find your first position of minor pentatonic, and it connects right onto that. Okay, but let's take this and move it a bit to the next level here, like I did in the intro jam.
If you're enjoying this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, go to guitar-zoom.com and consider becoming a premium member. There are 3 memberships to choose from. VIP, which gives you instant access to a library of short but powerful courses, as well as new bite-sized lessons each month. There's also Play Songs, that gives you step-by-step lessons so you can learn to play your favorite songs fast. And finally, there's Masterclass, university-level training on everything from soloing to music theory, from blues to home recording. For more info about these memberships and all the premium courses available to you, go to guitarzoom.com. Now back to the podcast.
Now what I like to do is I'll convert one of these notes. So instead of playing 11, 13, 11, 13, and again, in any order, it doesn't have to go toward the floor. I could be playing these, any way I want. But what I'm going to do is take this 11 on the second string, and I'm actually going to turn it into a 10. That note right there, which sounds kind of awkward, but if I play it with... sounds really nice. Very bluesy sounding. So notice how I can play it this way, and I'll also play it this way. So I'll walk up, or I'll play it backwards, and then head into that BB box from there. So I'm just changing this 11 into a 10. It sounds really nice. Now, if I use that 10, it doesn't mean I have to use it the whole time. It's just a really nice note to change to. So that's a great way of sort of converting your BB box, so to speak, if you've explored this before. And quite a while ago, I know I did a video on the BB King box. And, I'm sure we'll keep exploring it, but just giving you some different ideas to think about. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into that BB King box, and what I like to do is I'll go up to the 13 here, where before I was just doing this bend. Right, or that sort of thing. And what I'll do is I'll take this 13 here, and I'll play it with the standard note, just what we'll call the catalyst, if you will. I'm just playing the note itself. And then I'm going to bend it up a half step, and then I'm going to bend it up a whole step. So... and it sounds really neat. Now, I could just go and play it like that way too, but it sounds really nice. The bend gives it a little bit of irregularity, right? A little bit of, I don't want to say out of tune, but it kind of does. And that's what makes it sound a bit more human. Which just sounds really neat. So you combine that with... all these things. You hear all that kind of human inflection going on? Which is what makes blues sound like blues. It's not just fast licks, although those can be cool too. It's all of this bending and vibrato. And you'll notice I'm using this raking as well. Where I'm just deadening these strings with my hand, and just, which gives a bit of percussion as well. There's just lots of great things you can do in here. And then this great one. Now, this one is, again, kind of a common one, but I want to show it to you. I'll take my pinky and add it on this side for a blues note. So I can get cool little licks like that. So the one thing I want you to really think about is how, with just a little bit of information, but a lot of exploration, I can get a lot of stuff. I can squeeze a lot of information out of this idea, where oftentimes we always think it's just got to be this huge, bigger picture, and sometimes it does. Sometimes more study of the fretboard can make a huge difference. But in this case, what we're looking at is just trying to take this little idea and make something really creative with it. Okay? So check that out, see what you can do with it, and I'll talk to you soon. Next time on the Steve Stine Guitar Podcast. All right, so let's break down this first track a little bit. So this one's a slower swing. Bump, 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 bump. Gives us a 3 feel, okay? And this one's in G. So this one's dealing with G7 and C7 and D7. So when I go to solo over this, this is an absolutely typical kind of blues progression, 12-bar blues. So what would I do over this? Okay, well, I've got my major pentatonic, I've got my minor pentatonic, I've got my combination of those, the hybrid thing we talked about, my blues note. I'm going to use all of those things in this absolutely typical kind of blues progression. Hey, Steve Stine here from guitar-Zoom.com, and thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, can I ask you a favor? Please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Your feedback means more to me than you'll ever know. And be sure to check out my YouTube channels where you'll find over 1,000 videos to help you with your guitar playing. Thanks again for listening. Stay positive, keep playing, and keep having fun.
If you'd like some help with your guitar playing but you're not sure how to get started, go to guitar-Zoom.com and look for the Help Me Choose survey. By answering a few simple questions, you'll get Steve's personal recommendation of the perfect course for you. All this and more is available for you at guitar-Zoom.com.